There, Tom Duffy. Yeah, there was a lot of people here yesterday, Tom. A lot. I mostly stayed outside under the awning. We put out a couple of tables and chairs. And my kids were out there, and people would come and go. So it was good. Yeah, it was like 30 something people here. A lot of food. A good time was had by all. And to all a good night. How'd you guys do? Starting to rain. Charlie?
What?
Starting to rain.
Okay.
Be right back. I close some of these windows. Yeah, obviously leave these two open.
That was the plan.
It's raining. Just started to rain a little bit. It was to rain for a couple 3 hours. Tom says, went to my sister's, ate, said I didn't feel good, and read in one of the bedrooms for a bit. Then they played some board games for 2 hours, which was boring. I just ate more food and watched. Nice. Yeah, her cousin Kayla was here with her husband Robbie, who I like, and their two boys, and the newborn. And they were talking about that they play the game Trouble, which I think is a good game. Played it a lot as a kid, but then they're like, oh, Mom forgot to buy Monopoly. And I'm like, that is an awful game. Monopoly is just an awful, awful game. It takes hours and hours, and just somebody ends up throwing the board on the ground or just walking away and quitting. I'm not sure how that is is the second worst board game ever. The first is the Game of Life. Hate that game. As a kid, I hated that game. But Trouble is good, and Sorry is also a good one. So next time you're here, Tom, we'll break out some board games. But then you can go in the room and read for a little while. I started the Jordan Harper last night. I got like three chapters in, and then I was out. But pretty good so far. Pretty good so far. I almost don't want to I don't want to read it really fast and be done with it, because who knows when the next one's going to come out. I mean, I think he wrote that during COVID, right? So it's been a while. Trouble with the Pop-O-Matic bubble. That's right, you know it. I mean, you can't beat Hungry Hungry Hippo either. So my shoulders, both my shoulders are actually hurting a lot. And my hand is hurting as well. I'm falling apart. So I'm not gonna get a ton of writing in today. I just want to get enough to feel like I got some writing in today. Then I'm probably gonna be honest. Probably gonna take it easy. Get some reading in today. Clean up the house a little bit. Stuff like that. Just need to take the day off and relax. Not leave the house to go shopping or anything. It's amazing. I just read something today that said that today will be a record-breaking Black Friday in-store shopping day. I'm thinking, how is that even possible when most people, smart people, would just go online and order everything you need in about, 20 seconds. I mean, I could see if you're over 60 or something. You're like, oh, I gotta go to J.C. Penney and do all my shopping. But otherwise, for anybody from 5 years old to 59 years old, shouldn't you people be doing the shopping online? Right? This is got to be a huge day for Amazon, I would imagine, with orders. Just crazy. I don't know how we're going to shop this year, which means I don't know where my wife is going to be buying everybody presents. I don't know what's going on. Who goes to stores anymore? Exactly. That's why I read this article. I'm like, wait, what year is this from? Like, if I had looked and I went, oh, this is from November 28th, 1999. Oh, okay, that makes sense. It was literally from today. Apparently, people were lining up for stuff somewhere. I forget where. Somewhere in the Midwest, there's some store that was. They were doing TVs for $5, some BS like that. I'm thinking, in this day and age, who the heck is going to do that? You know what I mean? Like, who's going out to buy a giant TV for Christmas? Nobody does that anymore. I like now we'll start seeing the car commercials with the giant red bows on the car in the driveway with the snow on the ground, and that was the Christmas present. Nobody does that. When my wife bought this car for my birthday, I should have told her to buy a giant bow. We could have put a giant bow on it, though. We missed a good one right there. We missed a good photo op. Tom says, I got Amazon Prime. It'll get to me almost faster than if I had to wander around a mall. Exactly. Literally, if my wife buys for 1,000 people, if she wanted to do all that, she could do all of her Christmas shopping today, online, and then next week we would have a shitload of boxes piled up at the door to bring in, and then, hey, Christmas is done. I mean, that's how easy it is. My mom will spend all of her money on Temu because she friggin' loves that site, even though I keep telling her they're stealing all your information. Not that she has an online presence or anything, but still. It's just, it's insane. Just insane. So, but I'm gonna get some writing in. I'm almost to the next page on this one, which would be good. That's all I really care about. I care about the next page. Yeah, my mom buys a bunch of garbage from Temu, then she hands it out as if we want it. Exactly. My mother always buys weird stuff. Stuff that we don't maybe, so I think last year or the year before, whenever Christmas was, she buys me white t-shirts with funny sayings on them. And it's not even like a normal white cotton t-shirt. It's like shiny, it's like a shiny white shirt. It's almost like made of aluminum foil or something. I'm like, Mom, I don't wear white shirts. Have you ever seen me in a white shirt? I think I own like maybe 2 white shirts. She always has to buy me like white shirts and stuff like that. Like I don't want white socks. I don't want white shirts. Like really, don't buy me anything. Buy me an Amazon gift card. Buy me a Dunkin' card. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with that. Then I'm good. T-shirts with just words on it are awful because then you have to deal with people reading it or even later asking you what it says. Yeah. Oh, you mean like anytime I wear anything that has words on it, and if Frank Edler comes in, he's gonna say, "What does your shirt say?" Then I gotta stand up and I won't read it to him. I can't even see it. It's upside down. Yeah, that's and most of my. I think I have three black T-shirts that are just there's nothing on them, and I'm almost positive maybe 5 or 6 or 8 years ago or so, her mother bought me like a 3-pack of those Hanes black T-shirts, and I wear them I just throw them on all the time. Like they're my around the house shirts, and they still fit nicely. And so I wear those a lot, but that's literally the only thing I own that doesn't have something on it. You know, I did order a couple of shirts though that were on sale. There was a shirt I saw that was like 20% off on T-shirts thing, and actually I should get them today. I believe they'll be in today. So more black T-shirts, which means my wife's gonna say, "You need to go through your closet." Oh, you ordered 4 more T-shirts? Then I need 4 shirts from the closet taken out of the closet. We're either donating them to charity, or you need to put them in your other drawer with all the stuff that you only wear in the house. Because we just have only X number of hangers in this house, and way more shirts and stuff. So I'll do it. There's a couple in there I know automatically. Every time I go through my closet, I'm like, I should just take this out now and free up a hanger, but I'm lazy. There are so many black T-shirts in the closet that it's turned into a black hole. Exactly. It's like, oh, if you add one more black shirt into here, then the negative energy from the black hole is just going to suck us into another universe. And I think the shirts I ordered are black too. I'm like, oh, I could order like a gray one. Maybe a navy blue. Black. Like, oh, they have lilac. Yeah, I'm not going to order a lilac one. It is what it is. Probably will not be on for long today. Like I said, I'm so friggin' out of shape. It's unreal. My shoulders are killing me. And that's just from like moving chairs and tables and stuff. My muscles have atrophied. Not good. There's Mr. Frank. There he is. Speaking of the devil. Devil speak. Finally, Sean Call, hey, party people in the house. Exactly. Yesterday was enough of dealing with people until some stupid Christmas party next month. Yeah, my wife she has her Christmas party with the Atlanta group, but I'm not going to go to that one, which is good because those people are pretentious. They do like a wine thing. I went last year. That was awful. And my wife's like, you don't have to go. I don't want you to go. And I'm like, all right, good, I'm not going. And then she'll have her office party, but we're probably just going to do it here. I think there's like 10 of us now. And so we'll do that here. And then I don't know what else. And then we always, obviously, Christmas Eve we do at my mom's. Christmas Day we do here. And then at some point you'll have the guy who sits in my chair all the time. Their family will come over, like usually between Christmas and New Year's. We'll do Christmas, and then that should be it. And then New Year's, we do nothing. We're here, and then we get ready for the new year. Ms. Frank says, "How was everyone's air-fried turkey, and who sat at the head of the table and ruined Thanksgiving?" I used the air fryer this morning. I made a couple of chicken patties because we had a lot of Hawaiian rolls left. So I put 2 chicken patties in the air fryer at 390 degrees for 8 minutes. And then I cut them up into quarters. And then I ripped 2 pieces of cheese into quarters. And I made 8 little slider sandwiches for lunch. It was delicious. I just sit outside. I just sat outside under the awning with people. And then, so I purposely don't want to see where that person is sitting. Because I know it's at the head of one of the tables and it will annoy me. I don't know why it will at this point, because it's not like I'm in here, but plus there's like 30. We had like 30 people here, so there's a lot of people. Plus her, after everybody left, then a couple of people stayed, and her cousin Donna's husband Keith, who is a fellow bourbon drinker, he brought a bottle of bourbon for me. My son bought me a bottle of bourbon for my birthday, and we popped those out. Me, him, and Robbie had some. We did the tiny little red Solo cups, and we did some shots of 3 or 4 different ones. The Leonard Skinner whiskey, we tried that, and a couple of other things. The what's his name, Ron from Parks and Rec, his scotch, we tried a little bit. I was not a huge fan of it. It's a lot of rye in it, but we did that. My brother-in-law, his wife, and 3 kids showed up from North Carolina unannounced on Wednesday night. Wow. That was a bit nice. Thompson ate about 3 boxes of stovetop, made the fancy way inside the turkey for extra salmonella. Nice. Ron from Jeremy. Yes, Ron Jeremy. But, yeah, I wish we had, I always have stovetop. Her sister made it, made the dressing. But, of course, she doesn't cook it all the way. And it just looked like mud. I didn't have any. But if she did not bring it, I would have broken out, like we did a couple years ago. I would have broken out the stovetop. Ms. Frank says, I strongly dislike rye whiskey. So do I. I'm not a fan at all of it. Now Keith is. And he bought me that bottle, and it's like I forget what they call it, like heavy rye or something like that. He's like, I think you would like this. And I was like, no. That's not great. But at least we got to open, like I said, we opened 3 or 4 bottles that had not been opened. So at least it's some alcohol got drunken. Who knows? But we're gonna relax today. We did some cleanup last night. Did some cleanup this morning. We'll probably, I would imagine we're going to take some naps today. We're going to get some reading in today. Me and my wife will probably go for a nice ride later on. I have a book signing tomorrow, 10 to 12, if you're in the Jacksonville, Florida area. I'm 10 to 12, and then Michael Whitmer, because he emailed the wrong email address for some reason. So he's like at 12 to 6 at the same place. Woo, woo, woo. If you drink whiskey and rye, you have to sing this. Yeah, that's why we're not going to do that. Stress-free Friday is exactly right. So, and again, my shoulders are freaking killing me. I did sleep well last night. I was worried. I'm working. Like, you're working? What the hell? People need manure on a Black Friday that you guys got like Black Friday sales. Hey, come bring some manure bags with you, Philip, yourself. 50% off. I would imagine since Tom is on, I would imagine Tom is home. Maybe Sean Cull isn't working either. Who knows? Who knows where Nick Zinn is? You're working here too. You're working too. You people, you got to quit those jobs. Soon, Tom, soon. I write full time now. I work every day. There you go, Sean. There you go. Hope you're making a living doing it. My TikTok shop is mocking my lack of sales like every other platform I sell from. The daily, so I have two things that have like, I got like two, and I only put up like two or three things. So it keeps telling me my inventory is low on a couple things. But then when you go on, I'm like, I know that. I know I put up 2 items. I know it is. But then it's like, you have 0 of 50 sales for the day. And I'm like, who the heck's getting 50 sales a day? Who's getting 1 sale at this point? Just funny. Is it still raining? No, it's not raining anymore. Open the window again. It's getting a little warm in here. Peter Marsh bought some print books from me yesterday, though. He's supposed to be back at some point, so Frank can bust his chops. I was promised wealth beyond my wildest imagination. Well, you need a better imagination, apparently. Apparently, so do I. I'm going to make a concerted effort and push for my YouTube because somebody said that they hit their 500 followers on there, and now they are making a couple $100 a month, posting a few videos a month. And I'm like, you know what? I would like another source of income coming in. Yeah, bigger booths would be nice too. This is page 2. This is page 2. Okay. Again, not going to be on for long. Probably not much longer. I feel like I'm going to have to go to the bathroom soon anyway. None of us here need bigger. Yeah, that is true. We all have very, very nice. And I believe, I can't speak for everybody, only for myself and for Tom, but all natural. Nick's in. I see a page break. Yeah, exactly. It's been for a while. I guess they don't have Fridays in Wisconsin. Nope. I guess you got. I guess you're taking pictures or delivering food on a Friday. You know. I only ever get on here so I can yell next page Nick's in, and so not sure what's going on. All hands on deck at the cheese factory on Black Friday. You know how much cheese is probably needs to be processed on a Friday like this? I'm gonna guess a lot. I'm gonna guess a lot. You know what I dreamed of last night? Well, at one point I just remembered that I was playing street hockey with Kevin Smith. We were young again. It was like we were 15 and 16 years old again, playing street hockey. That's all I remember. I don't remember anything specific. I just remember he was on the other team. Sean says maybe he's gotten himself trapped under a cheese wheel. You know what? He's done that a couple of times. He's had to eat his way out of it. Miss Frank said, did Shelly save me any cookies? There are actually a lot of cookies left. She made, I think, like 120 of those blueberry cookies. And then she made chocolate chip cookies. Then she made other cookies. And then she made other kinds of cookies. She made a ton of cookies. I just actually, I ate some chocolate chip cookies and some M&M cookies before I went live. There's still a lot left, though. Was George Martin there, too, as the goalie? I don't know. I think George might have played in real life, IRL, back in the day when we would play street hockey. I mean, George played with us a bunch of times, but I don't know. Honey?
Yeah.
Tom Duffy says, those blueberry cookies are da bomb.
Whoa. Okay then.
Yeah, da bomb, not the bomb, da bomb.
Well, we have some.
I know. Those Frank wanted to know if there was any cookies left for him.
We made lemon blueberry, chocolate chip, M&M, and Rolo cookies.
Rolo cookies was the fourth one. Ms. Frank says, I had a dream once that I was rescuing refugees from a prison camp, but Pete Rose shot me on the neck while I was escaping by rowboat. Are you sure that didn't happen in real life? Sean Cole said, Rolo, damn. He didn't say damn, though. He just said damn. So I don't know if he likes it or not. I think he hates Rolos. He hates that you made those. I think that's what he's saying.
Well, then he can't come get it.
No, he's not allowed to come here and get some Rolo cookies then. Well, you ruined that for yourself. He said, do not hate, don't lie. Yeah, Rolo cookies, Mr. Frank. They were like all gooey in the middle.
Yeah, chocolate cookie with a Rolo candy baked in the middle.
Chocolate cookie Rolo candy baked in the middle. They were very good. One of her cousin's kids, how old is he, 9 now?
Who?
Easton.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah. He must have had, I don't know, 100 of them. He kept going and grabbing one and grabbing one and grabbing. I didn't even know they still had Rolos. I know, right? That's my thing. When I saw a pack of Rolos on the counter, I'm like, they still make this stuff?
He took the peanut butter blossoms and just took the Hershey Kiss off and didn't eat the cookie.
Yeah, so what did you make? Where were they?
The peanut butter blossoms, the peanut butter cookie with the Hershey Kiss on the top.
So she makes the peanut butter cookies, the peanut butter blossoms within the Hershey Kiss on top. And friggin' Easton was just taking all of the Hershey Kisses off of the top of the cookies and eating them. Need some chunky cookies now also, Mr. Frank said. You hear that?
Oh, the chunky candy bar.
Yeah, Frank has a request.
Gross.
Sean said, I know, Frank, I haven't had a Rolo in about 40 years, right? Until I've had those cookies yesterday. I can't remember the last time I had a Rolo. I don't even know if I would eat just a plain, like just a Rolo. You know, we would walk around and go, Marco, Rolo. Oh, man, that was a different thing. There you go. So anybody, everybody, subscribe or resubscribe to my Twitch channel, and also please hit a follow. It's free. Hit a follow on my YouTube channel. I'm trying to build up the YouTube channel. I need to get that built up. So let everybody know. I will be posting about it as well today at some point. So do that. I'm gonna go for about 4 or 5 more minutes. Write a couple more lines, then I'm out of here. My freaking arms are killing me. I'm really, really, really out of shape. I probably need to get into shape. I just flew from Florida. Boy, are my arms killing me. Exactly. Still a classic joke. Still a classic joke. No, good times. I will not be on tomorrow. Obviously, I'll be at a book signing. I'll be on Sunday because my wife wants to put up the Christmas tree, and my goal will be to stay out of the way as much as possible. But I will be back on Monday, which is what, the December 2nd. We're already into December. Take my wife, please. My arms are killing me. Classic. When is Christmas on? Christmas Day is a Wednesday. So I would probably not be on that day. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think I'll be on. Now, at this point, I believe my wife from December 16th to 22nd will be at her mother's the whole time, the week before Christmas. So I will probably likely be on a lot that week. My Christmas tree has been up since 3 days after Halloween. That's ridiculous. You don't put up the Christmas tree until after Thanksgiving. Why are we already skipping over Thanksgiving? You people are nuts. December 25th. Yes, I believe this year Christmas Day is December 25th. So her sister's leaving at the most inopportune time the week before Christmas. So we're going to have to get a lot of crap done in the next 2 weeks. Order all of our Christmas presents off of Temu. Big writing push nights. Yes, it'll be a hopefully will be a good hopefully it will not be a, hey, my wife isn't here again and I'm depressed and I'm just going to lay around and eat all these Rolo candies, which Sean hasn't had in 40 years. Why, what else are you going to be doing? If I'm not writing, I will be watching television. We started a Netflix series, or a Prime series, one of those. It's like it's got subtitles. It's like a Nordic thriller thing. I can't remember the name of it. I think we watched 2 or 3 episodes so far. Oh, Frank. So this is what we watched. What was that guy's name last night?
I don't remember.
Nick Rossi.
Something like that.
Nicholas Rossi. Frank, we watched this 4-part documentary thing on, what was that, Investigation Discovery?
No. Oxygen, I think.
On Oxygen. And you got to look this guy up. Nicholas Rossi. I'm sure they've made other episodes of this guy, but anyway, so this guy is like a rapist from Rhode Island. I know that sounds redundant. Back in the day, and he actually looks like Mike Lombardo. Okay, so anyway, I won't give the whole thing away, but his story is insane. The police are after him. He leaves the country. He makes pretend he's somebody else. He has like a fake Irish accent.
Fakes his death.
He fakes his own death. He marries some woman who you don't know if she's clueless or if she's in on the scam with him. It's just, the whole story is insane. I'm like, Shelly put it on this because I fell asleep on the couch. And she put it on. I woke up. I was like halfway through part 2, and she's like, "Wait, you got to hear what's going on here." And then we watched like the other 2.5 parts. Yeah, like the Jug of Wine, Rossi. Yes, it was September 25th on Hollis Avenue after dark, when I seen a man chilling with his dog in the park. Catch me if you can. No, it's something I don't remember what the. That's the exact plot. Catch me if you can. Yeah, but it's real life, like it's going on right now. Like he's scheduled for court like April next year. Nicholas Rossi. I'm going to try to get the name of the show. Huh?
One of his many names.
One of his many names. Nicholas Aliverdian. He's also known as Arthur Knight. Trying to see what the name of the.
It's called A Fugitive Faking Death.
A Fugitive Faking Death.
It's on Peacock.
It's on Peacock. You have Peacock. If Nick Zinn was here, I would tell him to watch this. It's insane. Did you watch the John Benet Ramsey doc on Netflix? No, I'm not going to watch that. I'm gonna guess. This is just a guess. That there will be no new facts or anything else. And they'll either say the father did it or they'll say somebody else did it. And that's pretty much like I don't watch any of the Casey Anthony anytime she pops up again because there's nothing new. We don't know anything new with that. Give you something new. Arrest somebody, and then I'll watch it. Like I'm not watching the what are the brothers? The Menendez brothers. I don't want to watch any of that. Now, if they let them out, and then I'll watch like a half an hour on that, that'll be enough. Didn't we watch some serial killer one the other day? And you were like, how come I never knew about this?
Yeah. The guy's killing the senior citizens.
Oh yeah, the from like Haiti or something like that he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched a good one where the guy got killed like 22 senior citizens and steal their jewelry and he would sell
It was in like 2018, 2019.
it was like 2018, 2019 he would sell their jewelry online. Never even knew about this one. So it's good. It's like, cuz like every one you see oh, another thing about Ted Bundy, another thing about John Wayne Gacy, another thing about John Wayne Comunale, you know what I'm saying? Natalia Gray's case. Yeah, I mean, give me something new on that. I just want a 4-part series where that guy just talks and jumps on the floor and bangs on the floor and does all of his weird, wacky stuff. I would watch that. I want to know why he keeps his son locked in a basement and he seems good about it. I want to know how gay he is. I'm pretty sure he's the kind of gay that would make Charles Nelson Riley gasp. You know what? You're probably right. You're probably right. So Shelley's cousin Conway is his real name?
Yeah.
Conway. A little trivia there for you. So in my First Coast Thriller series, Clayton Conway is our family names for her family. That's why I could. Anyway, so Conway's here, but they call him Skippy.
I call him Skippy.
She calls him Skippy. Everybody else calls him Bucky. And his dad is Buck. Anyway, he's here with his husband. They're from Palm Springs. So they came last year. They come this year. But his husband Matt.
Yep.
His husband Matt is here, and he is a. I think they're a few years older than me.
Yes.
But Matt grew up in D.C. and he grew up going to like Black Flag concerts and Minor Threat and all these punk and hardcore shows and metal shows. So anytime he comes, we're always talking about bands and stuff. And Skippy is not into that stuff, but he gets dragged to all these concerts. So we were talking, I'm like, oh, have you seen any good shows lately or anything? And he's like talking about all these bands he's gone to see, which is crazy. And I was like, oh yeah, Agent Orange is in town, I think this weekend. And he was like, oh my God. And he's telling me all these stories. Then he starts talking about Scott Ian. He's like, oh, the band Scott Ian's in. I'm like, which band? He's in like 400 bands. And he was like, I know. He's like, he did an interview and he was talking about every band he's ever been in, but he didn't mention SOD. And I'm like, well, that's weird. I told him my SOD stories. And I said, oh, have you read the Scott Ian autobiography, which I believe Geezer Butler wrote? And he's like, no, I really want to read that. So I was like, well, here it is. And I gave him Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols, his book. And he's like, oh, that's really cool. And he goes, hand him out. I'm like, no, take him. He's like, what? I'm like, I read them. Just take them. Just take them. So he was very excited about that. I gave him a couple of books, but he's very much into the same stuff that I was into growing up. But he's still, I mean, I still listen to it, but he's still going to concerts. He's like, oh, I went and saw DRI like a month ago. I'm like, that's insane. That is insane. I bring up Charles Nelson Riley because I was watching Cannonball Run 2, where Charles Nelson Riley plays Don Don. Charles Nelson Riley. CNR. C and fucking R, yeah. Cannonball Run 2. What a classic. Cannonball Run, Cannibal Run 2, they're great movies when I was a kid. Did it hold up conceptually? Is it still Star Wars meets Othello? Or is it something completely different? I saw a bunch of people sharing on Facebook yesterday, and then I had to turn Facebook off. A pumpkin pie, and on top of it had been written, uh, "We stole your land" or "On stolen land" or something stupid like that. And I'm like, just shut up and enjoy fucking Thanksgiving with your family. Just shut up. Oh, because nobody knows that we came here and stole the land. No kidding. You know what? If it's so bad, then don't eat the pumpkin pie. I don't eat pumpkin pie, by the way. Just so you know, don't anybody ever buy me a pumpkin pie. Not a fan. Joy walked in and asked, "Now what kind of crazy shit are you watching?" So yeah, holds up. It's one of those. It's like sitting around watching Cannibal Run 2 is almost like, oh my god, my wife walked in and caught me watching porn, and said, "What kind of crazy shit are you watching?" Rather than you're watching Cannibal Run 2, and they're asking the same question. I didn't even know that was even like on anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like they even showed that movie. Like I thought you have to go find that one. Was it part of a Dom DeLuise Thanksgiving a Day block, or was it a Burt Reynolds or Jerry Lee Lewis or something? Both of them are on Pluto. Well, you can't have just one. It annoys me when movies like, oh, Rocky 2 is on, but they didn't play Rocky 1 before it. Why would you just start? You got to start. Like the other night, about a week or so ago, we're just like, let's just put something on TV. Nothing really that we had recorded was interesting, and so Shelly just kind of flipped around, and it was like, I don't know, half an hour into Die Hard. Like, you know what? Here we go, Christmas movie. Boom. Let's just watch the last hour and a half of Die Hard. And then right after that, Die Hard 2 started. We didn't watch the whole thing, though. Die Hard 2, we watched about, I'd say a good 45 minutes to an hour of it. But, with commercials, so maybe like 10 minutes of the actual movie. Now, like, I know what happens, and I'm going to bed. I wonder if they did all 15 Die Hard movies, though. I wonder if anybody sits through Jaws 1 through 17. You know what I'm saying? These are the questions I ask. Police Academy 43, yeah. Freeze, dirtbag. That is a classic. That's a classic line. Remember when they switched Captain Mauser's shampoo with super glue? Good times. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I think I've seen, and I think I've seen all of the Police Academy movies, but I think I've seen them like once each, and I'm like, that's enough. I'm done. Like I don't like I wouldn't have watched any of the Austin Powers movies more than once if it wasn't for my kids watching them over and over. Those movies were funny. I wonder if they hold up. You should watch them, Sean, and you should let us know. You should report back. You're off. Remember when Bobcat Goldthwait was all like, "Arr, yeah, I remember that. I remember that part." Is your daughter home? Yeah, I remember. Remember when Sam Kinison was all like coked up? Remember when that guy made all those noises and sounds, and then Frank went and saw him live in concert? Good times. Really good times. Like he drank a bottle of Coca-Cola. Yeah, exactly. I have to imagine there are a lot of movies from back in the day, our day, that do not hold up anymore. That when you were like a teenager, you were watching these and you were like, oh my God, this is such an amazing movie. Like, when's the last time anybody saw any of the Porky's movies? You know what I'm saying? Do they hold up? I don't know. They could. They might. In Die Hard 2, the guy from Porky's, the big guy, Meat, I believe they called him. He was in that movie. That's what reminded me of Porky's. I'm like, oh, that's the dude from Porky's. It's great watching Die Hard and Die Hard 2 in those movies and like seeing all the people that you've seen in other movies now over the years. The sweeps, the sleeps, and the creeps. I tried rewatching Porky's a few years back and it was difficult to get through. I have a theory on this. Okay, let's hear a theory. Mr. Frank theorizing on Black Friday. Drink some lemonade. Porky was never good, but since there were boobs in it and back in the 80s there was no free porn at your fingertips, we were much more willing to ride out a boring movie just to see some B-grade movie tease. I agree with that. It was why, what was the USA Network? They would have all of those types of movies where you would see like, there was always movies where you would see some boob or like some naked butt or something like that. And you would watch the entire boring, stupid, cliche movie like Porky's in order to see some TNA. Sean agrees. Yeah, I think if you released Porky's now, people would be like, whatever. You know, and I think that's why you don't get those movies like that really anymore. You don't really need it. I get annoyed. And again, I'm still like 12-year-old me. Whenever we put a movie on and it says nudity and the, violence, nudity, historical smoking, whatever. I was go nudity. Like I'm 12 again. I was excited. And then it's some dude's ass. That's the nudity. Or some chick's tiny little boobs or something. And I'm like, that was my nudity. But now you're all like, not waiting 20 minutes to set up a dumb joke for a guy. Need me? Let me go watch Corn. Exactly. Exactly. There's like literally, and then here's also the problem with Porky's. I forget what the name of the website. I'm sure you know, Frank. There's that website where it has basically every nude scene. I don't know if he's even still around. I remember he was on Howard Stern 20 years ago, or less, where he talked about he had basically clipped every nude scene or every scene with like chicks in their underwear or in their bras and panties, it's whatever, and it was literally all on one website. So you can go, I'm going to look at that chick from Porky's and look at her nude for the 4, 5, 8 seconds she's nude in this. The shower scene of all the naked girls, which probably lasted like 5 seconds. Todd Kiesling. Yes, I believe that's the name of the site I'm referring to. Actually, ChuckBuddha.com. I'm sure that's still a Russian porn site. Was that Mr. Skin or something? Yeah, I think that's his name, Mr. Skin. Where he would basically have all of those shots. Of course, back then, when he first came out, and then you looked at it, there was like, I don't know, 40 scenes maybe. Like you could watch the whole thing in like 3 minutes. I'm sure they have a lot more now. You remember? I remember. Yeah, I remember him on Stern. He was on. Him and that guy who farted all the time, Mr. Methane. Was that guy? He would come on. The one guy would come out and fart song lyrics or something. I don't know. Really disgusting. Daniel Carver. Wake up, white people. I'm sure that guy's still alive. You know what I heard the other day? I was on Spotify, right? And I just put the daily mix of whatever. And while I'm writing, and all of a sudden the song came on, and I'm like, I always like, don't look. I want to figure out if because I know the song, but I just want to remember. I was like, what is this song? And it was Stuttering John, that one Stuttering John song. And I laughed. I was like, oh my God, when's the last time you heard this song? Back when we just laughed at racist and didn't lose our own shit. Because back then we understood the joke of Howard Stern basically letting this guy have a forum to show how stupid he was. And how his, the things that he thought were just racist and dumb. And you could laugh about them because instead of giving them power, now we give somebody like that power of, oh my God, I can't believe they're saying on and on. Just let them talk like an idiot and ignore them. Then they eventually go away or die. Like Stuttering John, apparently. Who knows if he's still even alive. Or if his brother, Lyle Melendez, two of them are going to get out of prison. Rock the Riverboat. Exactly. All right, I think I'm going to wrap this up. Talk My Way Out of It, that was it. It was Talk My Way Out of It. Well, he had 2 songs? I don't remember Rock the Riverboat. Remember the title. I don't know. Yeah, Talk My Way Out of It, that one. Where he basically just literally talks through the song. You saw Stuttering John at Birch Hill. You paid to see Stuttering John at Birch Hill? I did not see Stuttering John at Birch Hill or anywhere else. I do remember the video though. I remember he thought he was a big shot when he got that deal. Which the only reason he got the deal was obviously because Sean says, I'm out later, guys. Have a great weekend. See you Monday. See you Monday, Sean. I'm out of here as well. If Sean's leaving, we're all leaving. See everybody on Monday. Have a great weekend. Come to my book signing. Well, if you're on the guest list for Stuttering John, yeah. Later.